Find the slope of the line that passes through the points 6, 7, and negative 1, 3. To find the slope of the line, we use the slope formula y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. M stands for slope. So the slope of the line can be found with 2 points using this formula. Now, I would recommend writing the points down, 6, 7, and negative 1, 3. I would also recommend labeling them. So in each point, the x always comes first, then the y. This would be point 1. This here would be point 1. So that's why these little ones are here. And this here would be point 2, coordinate point 2. And that's why these little 2's are here. So if you're wondering where the 1's and the 2's and what they mean, where they come from and what they mean, it's just the reference point to which point you're dealing with, because each coordinate point has an x and each coordinate point has a y. So I want to know the x coordinate of the first point versus the x coordinate of the second point. So these are just reference indicators. But when you take the time to write your points down and label them, then it becomes easy to substitute the formula. So we have in the first space y2. So right here is where y2 is going. And so I just go find what y2 is and I write it in that space. y1, I find out what y1 is, and I write it in that space. And I do the same thing for x2, find out what the x2 is and write it in the x2 space. And for x1, I write it in the x1 space. Keep in mind, you always have the minus in the formula. Now, you just calculate. 3 minus 7 is negative 4. Negative 1 minus 6 is negative 7. And when we calculate and simplify, we have 4/7. Find the slope of the line that passes through the points 6, 7, and negative 1, 3. To find the slope, given 2 points, we use the formula y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. The variable m stands for slope. So I recommend writing your points down. We have 6, 7, and negative 1, 3. Then I recommend labeling your points like so. The x always comes first in each coordinate point, and then the y. But how do you distinguish between the 2 points? Well, we consider this the first point. So how about we put little 1's there? And we consider this the second point. So I put 2's in there. So then all I have to do is use my formula and go grab what I labeled and plug it in. And then you're done. So let's do that. The minus is already in the formula. So now I am putting parentheses here just in case I end up with like another negative over here so I can see it better. So I just say y2. Well, what's y2? It's 3. 3 goes in here. Then I say what's y1? Y1's here, and then 7 goes here. And I do the same for the x's. x2 is right here. It's negative 1. And then x1 is going to be 6. So now all I have to do is calculate it. You have a 4-function calculator on the screen for some problems, so hopefully you will have access to the calculator for this. If not, just go slow. 3 minus 7 is negative 4. Negative 1 minus 6 more is a negative 7. And we know that a negative divided by a negative is positive. So our result is 4/7, positive 4/7. D is the winner. And now you're an expert.